My name is Waleed Dahbour, and this is the Avino Lamborghini for MAE52 SolidWorks. For my first part, I extruded a hexagon with a circle in it until I got the basic shape, and then filled the sides to make it more aesthetically pleasing to the body. After the nut, I began on the bolt, in which I extruded a hexagon shape, and then extruded another shaft diameter equal to that of the hole of the nut to make sure that the assembly would fit properly. For the router, I used an extrude base and then a second one at a 45-degree angle. For the holes, I used a circular pattern tool once I extruded cuts through. And for the outer rim, I used a tangent plane to cut through the router and then used a circular pattern. I used a series of base extrudes and then a lofted base to get the hook of the brake clamp. I then proceeded to use the sketch text and use that to spline it onto the brake clamp and write my name. I then fillet the edges and then used the appearance tool to color. For the rim, I began with a cross section, then revolved around an axis and then cut extrude the spokes. I then used boundary, filled, and knit surfaces to create a complex network of curves for the rim. The tire was also sketched and revolved about an axis, then using a tangent plane to sketch the treads, which were splined and then cut extruded to the surface, which then were circular patterned around the whole tire. The car took the greatest time. Everything else averaged 20 hours, the body and assembly around 40 hours. I used 3D sketching to surface the car about 200 times. Like lofted, boundary, and planar surfaces, I used planar sketches and then composited them to make them a 3D sketch. Once completed, I imported and mated the assemblies, then set the explode view along with the explode lines to guide the parts for the animation. After coloring and decaling my car, I used my 1060 steel rotor for simulation. I put 110 pounds of force tangent to the rotor and found the max displacement and stress to be 0.003 inches and 5700 psi.